You've probably been told all your life that to succeed, you have to hustle hard, grind every day, and never stop chasing your dreams. That if you're not constantly working or pushing yourself, you'll never make it. But what if everything you've been taught is wrong? What if chasing success is the very reason you're not getting it? There's a hidden truth that most people never learn. The rich and powerful know it. They live by it, even if they don't realize it. It's something that's never taught in school. In fact, society doesn't want you to know it, because once you do, you'll stop following the rules they've set. This truth is simple but shocking. The more you chase something, the more it runs from you. And the harder you try to force success, the more it slips through your fingers. Think about it. How many times have you wanted something so badly, whether it was a job, a person, money, or recognition, only to end up disappointed? You put in the work. You did everything right. You even tried harder than everyone else. But nothing worked. It's not because you're not good enough. It's because desperation pushes what you want away. When you chase something from a place of need, fear, or lack, you send out the wrong signal. That signal says, I don't have this, and I'm scared I never will. And the world responds accordingly. That's the backwards law. It says the more you want something, the less likely you are to get it, especially if your desire comes from a place of emptiness. This law is always working, whether you know it or not. But here's the twist. Once you stop chasing and start being, everything changes. When you start acting like the person who already has what they want, success finds its way to you. Let's look at some real-life examples. There was a man named Henry who spent 15 years chasing recognition as a painter. He begged galleries to look at his work, pleaded for approval, and tried everything to be noticed. But nothing worked. One day, he gave up on trying to be seen and just started painting for the love of it. He stopped caring about fame. He stopped trying to impress. And suddenly, things shifted. Galleries came to him. Collectors wanted his work. His art sold out. When he stopped chasing success, it started chasing him. Then there's James. He was obsessed with making money. He read all the books, worked long hours, followed every strategy. But he stayed broke. It wasn't until he stopped chasing money and started feeling rich inside that his life changed. He didn't just think rich, he moved, spoke, and lived like someone who already had wealth. He stopped needing money and started being wealth. Within months, clients came to him. Opportunities found him. His income exploded. The only thing that changed was his mindset. These stories aren't just motivational fluff. They show how powerful your inner energy is. When you act from fear or lack, you attract more of that. But when you act from confidence and certainty, the universe responds. That's why some people seem to have it all without trying. They're not chasing anything. They're living as if they already have it. Now ask yourself, what have you been chasing? Maybe it's love, success, approval, or financial freedom. And maybe you've been running in circles, feeling like you're always just one step away. That's because the very act of chasing keeps you stuck. It tells your mind, I don't have this. I need this to be okay. And your mind believes it. So it keeps you in that loop of always needing, but never receiving. Here's the deeper truth most people miss. Your life is not shaped by what you want, but by who you are inside. And who you are is controlled by your subconscious mind. It runs 95% of your thoughts, habits, and reactions. And most of it was programmed in childhood. You didn't choose your beliefs about money, love, or success. They were given to you by your parents, teachers, experiences, and even the media. So if deep down you believe you're not good enough, or that money is hard to get, or that relationships always fail, your subconscious will make sure your life proves you right. That's why people can get rich and then lose it all, or find love but end up pushing it away, or achieve a goal and still feel empty. Because if your inner identity doesn't match your dreams, you'll sabotage them without even realizing it. It's like having a thermostat set to struggle. No matter how much heat success comes in, your system will bring it back to the set point: lack. There's another story, Olivia's. She believed making money was hard, so she hustled harder than anyone she knew. She never rested. She chased every opportunity. But still, she stayed broke. Things always went wrong. Sudden expenses, bad timing, lack of support. Until one day, she realized it wasn't the world holding her back. It was her identity. She started to change her inner voice. She stopped saying, "Money is hard," and started saying, "Money flows easily to me." She began to see herself as someone who naturally succeeds. And things shifted. Her business took off. She became financially free, not by grinding harder, but by becoming someone new inside. This is the secret the rich and confident understand. It's not about doing more. It's about being more. The universe doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards alignment. It gives you more of what you believe you already have. So how do you change this? How do you stop chasing and start attracting? It begins with awareness. First, notice what you've been chasing. Ask yourself honestly, am I acting from a place of lack or a place of abundance? Then, let go of the need to get something right now. Trust that it's coming. Focus instead on being the kind of person who already has what you want. Don't fake it, be it. Feel it, live it. That might sound strange at first, but think about the people who always seem to have things go their way. They act differently. They walk with confidence. They don't beg for attention or success. They believe, deep down, that good things are meant for them. And that belief shapes their entire reality. Start small. Change your words. Stop saying, "I hope," or "I wish." Start saying, "I already am," or "It's already mine." Sit in silence each morning for a few minutes and feel what it's like to be the version of you who has everything you've been chasing. Let that feeling become familiar. Let it guide your choices. And most importantly, keep checking in with your energy. Are you acting out of confidence or out of fear? Out of abundance or out of desperation? The moment you notice yourself slipping back into the old mindset of lack, pause. Shift. Remind yourself who you really are becoming. Because here's the truth, you don't need to chase anything. The more you chase, the more it runs. But the second you stop needing and start embodying, success can finally find you. Not because you forced it, but because you became someone who naturally attracts it. Your life right now is a reflection of your inner story. And if you don't like the story, you can change it. Rewrite it. Create a new identity. One where you are already enough, already worthy, already successful. And when you do that, when you stop chasing and start being, everything you ever wanted begins to chase you. Here's your 48-hour challenge. For the next 2 days, live like the person you want to become. Not tomorrow, not when things are perfect, right now. Act like them. Dress like them. Talk like them. Move through life like it's already done. Why? Because the moment your mind truly believes you've already become that person, your world starts to change. This isn't just a nice idea, it's real. It's not about fake motivation. It's how you finally break free from your old habits and rewrite your life story. This is the key to becoming unstoppable. Most people are told that success means setting goals, making vision boards, repeating affirmations, and then just grinding it out. But here's the truth no one really says out loud. You don't get what you want. You get what you believe you already are. Your outer world reflects your inner identity. This is the law of assumption, a powerful idea shared by Neville Goddard. And once you understand it, you stop chasing success. Because now, success comes to you. The reason so many people struggle with things like money, love, or confidence isn't because they're not trying hard enough. It's because deep down, they still believe they aren't enough. You can say positive things all day long. You can visualize and repeat mantras. But if your core belief is, I'm broke, or I don't deserve this, then the results will always match that belief. You can say, I am wealthy, but if you still feel like you're struggling inside, your actions and results won't change. Reality doesn't react to your words. It reacts to who you are. And who you are is based on what you assume is true about yourself. Let's try something right now. Think of your biggest dream. Picture it clearly. Now feel the fear and frustration of not having it yet. That pressure in your chest. That's what most people live with every day. Now take a deep breath and imagine it's already yours. Feel that shift inside, that calm confidence. That's the secret. That's the doorway. The second you stop chasing something and start being the version of you who already has it, things begin to change. Let me tell you about Daniel. For years, Daniel tried everything. He worked long hours, visualized his goals, listened to every self-help podcast, followed every success coach. But nothing really changed. He was still broke, tired, and stuck. Until he learned about the law of assumption. Instead of thinking, I hope I get rich someday, he started telling himself, I'm already wealthy. He began showing up in the world with the confidence of someone who had already made it. He no longer acted like someone trying to win. He acted like someone who had already won. The results were stunning. In a few short months, his business took off. Clients started reaching out to him. Money came in fast. He earned more in 1 year than he had in the past 10 combined. But it wasn't because he worked harder. It was because he changed who he believed he was. When your identity changes, your results change. Here's why this works. Life is like a mirror. It doesn't change until you do. Most people stare into the mirror of life and wait for it to show them a new reflection. But mirrors don't move first, you do. When you change your assumptions about who you are, the mirror, your life, will reflect it instantly. Now ask yourself honestly, what do you assume about your life right now? Do you assume money is hard to earn? Do you think success is something you need to fight for? Do you believe love is for other people, but not for you? Whatever you assume, that's what your life will keep giving you. If you want different results, you need to change your assumptions. So how do you do that? Start by choosing a new identity. Think about your dream life. If you were already living it, how would you act? How would you feel walking into a room? What choices would you make? Start doing that. Don't wait for the money to show up. Start behaving like it's already there. Don't wait for the relationship. Start showing up like someone who is already deeply loved. Don't wait for the opportunity. Show up like the person who already deserves it. This is how the greats live. They don't chase. They assume. And then everything around them shifts to match their belief. For the next 7 days, try this. Walk like success is guaranteed. Talk like your dreams are already yours. Act like everything you want is already a done deal. Feel the energy of someone who has nothing to prove, nothing to chase, only to live. And just watch what begins to change. So why do most people stay stuck, even when they know all this? Because they let their emotions run the show. They feel scared, so they hesitate. They feel doubt, so they give up. They get rejected once, and it breaks them. The real enemy isn't failure, it's being emotionally fragile. The ones who win aren't always the smartest or the hardest working. They're the ones who stay steady when everything around them is shaking. This is where emotional mastery comes in. And the tool for this is called Stoicism. It's an ancient philosophy that teaches one powerful truth. You can't control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. Richard, an entrepreneur, used to fall apart whenever things went wrong. A deal fell through. He panicked. Someone criticized him. He took it personally. Every challenge knocked him off course. Then he found Stoicism. He learned that emotions are temporary, that they're not facts, and that the moment you stop reacting, you take back your power. He stopped overthinking, stopped panicking, stopped giving his emotions all the control. And just like that, he started taking bigger risks, making smarter decisions, and staying calm through it all. He became a force, unshakable, clear, and confident. Not because life got easier, but because he got stronger. Want to build that kind of strength? Start with the 5-minute rule. When something upsets you, feel it for 5 minutes. Then stop. After 5 minutes, your emotions are no longer helping, they're hurting. Let them go and move forward. Here's another trick. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Most of the things we stress about are completely meaningless in the long run. So why waste energy on them now? And here's a challenge for you. For the next 24 hours, don't react. No matter what happens, stay calm. Someone yells at you? Stay quiet. You get bad news? Breathe through it. You're not ignoring reality, you're just taking control back. The more you do this, the more power you'll feel. Want to really master this? Do it for 30 days. No overreacting. No complaining. No blaming. No worrying about things you can't change. Focus only on what you can do. That's how you build a life on your terms. That's how you become truly free. And one final truth. Letting go isn't weakness. It's strength. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying what doesn't help. Imagine walking around with a backpack full of rocks. Each rock is a fear, a worry, a regret. Letting go means you finally drop the weight so you can move faster, lighter, stronger. Take a deep breath. Let go of one fear with that breath. Do it again. Another breath, another doubt released. Picture your dreams like a strong tree, rooted deep in the ground. Now imagine all those fears as little stones around it. Watch a wind come and blow them away. That tree, you, is still standing. Taller, stronger, ready. Letting go doesn't mean losing your ambition. It means freeing it. So here's what you do. Stop chasing. Start becoming. Believe before you see. Feel it before it's real. Act like it's already done. Because the world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you who you are. And now, it's time to become. You've already come so far. Take a moment and really see it. Look at the progress you've made, the challenges you've faced, the things you've overcome. You didn't get here by accident. You've grown. You've changed. And most importantly, you've survived things that once felt impossible. Now pause and feel a little gratitude. Not just because it's a nice thing to do, but because it's powerful. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel better, it gives your ambition roots. When you stop and say, wow, I've really come a long way, something changes inside you. You stop chasing so hard and start building from a place of strength. You're no longer running on fear. You're moving with purpose. But here's the thing, life isn't always in your control. Some things will never go the way you want, and that's not a failure. That's reality. The more you fight it, the harder life feels. You waste your energy trying to force outcomes, fix people, or chase things that keep slipping away. But the second you stop fighting and start trusting, something incredible happens. Your energy frees up, your mind clears, and instead of hitting walls, you start seeing open doors. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means you finally stop clinging to the things you can't control and start focusing on what you can. It means using your energy wisely on actions, not anxiety, on creating, not controlling. And that's when your ambition becomes truly powerful. Not frantic, not stressed, but clear, sharp, unstoppable. Make it a habit. Every day, check in with yourself. Ask, what am I carrying that I don't need? Fear, doubt, stress, drop it. Clear your path. Keep your energy light. The lighter you are, the faster you move. That's your secret weapon, a focused, calm, determined mind. You've probably been told all your life that success comes from constant effort, that you have to hustle nonstop, that rest is for the weak. But what if that's not true? What if the real key to success is doing less, not out of laziness, but out of wisdom? There's an ancient idea from Taoism called Wu Wei, which means effortless action. It's not about being passive or lazy. It's about aligning with the flow of life instead of fighting it. Imagine a river. Most people are swimming upstream, trying so hard to get somewhere, but they're exhausting themselves. Wu Wei is about turning around and moving with the current. You're still moving, but with ease and direction. Think about water. Water doesn't fight. It flows. It adapts. It goes around rocks. Over time, it can even cut through stone. But it never struggles. It just keeps flowing. And you have that same ability. When you stop forcing life and start flowing with it, things shift. Life opens up. The right ideas, the right people, the right moments, they show up. In your daily life, ask yourself, where am I forcing things? Are you pushing too hard at work, in relationships, with yourself? Are you trying to fix, change, or control things that just don't want to move? Step back. Take a breath. Stop trying to bulldoze your way forward. Instead, allow answers to appear. Let solutions come naturally. They will. Even with people, this applies. You can't change others. You can't force love, respect, or understanding. But you can listen. You can accept. You can stop pushing and start simply being present. And when you do, relationships grow in a way they never could under pressure. Sometimes, the strongest move is no move at all. Sometimes, the wisest choice is to step aside and let things unfold. That's not weakness. That's deep trust in life. It's knowing that the universe has a way of balancing itself if you stop getting in the way. Creative people understand this naturally. Great art doesn't come from control. It comes from trust, from letting the process happen, from giving space to inspiration. And that's where the magic lives. So how do you actually live this way? Start by noticing where you're trying too hard, where you're stuck, where things feel heavy. Pause. Loosen your grip. Let go of needing a specific outcome, and then watch what happens. Over time, this becomes a practice, a mindset. You stop reacting. You start flowing. But there's something else holding many people back. Old beliefs, old stories, messages you've been replaying in your head for years. Think of your mind like a VHS tape. Some parts are great, memories that motivate you, lessons you've learned. But other parts? Outdated ads, false beliefs, and self-doubt on repeat. I'm bad with money. I always mess up relationships. I'll never be successful. These aren't facts. They're old programs, probably recorded by someone else, maybe when you were a kid, maybe from school, maybe from your parents, maybe society. And the only way to change your life is to stop playing those same old tapes. Ask yourself, where did these beliefs come from? Are they even true? Do they reflect who you are, or just who you were told you are? Challenge them, break them apart, and then record new ones. Start saying things like, money flows easily to me. I attract healthy love. Success comes naturally. But don't just say it, feel it. Anchor it to real moments when you felt strong. Remember that job you nailed? That time you spoke up with confidence? The day you started fresh? Those moments are proof. Visualize your future self, the confident, calm, successful version of you. See how they move, hear how they speak, feel how they feel. Then step into that energy now. Not someday, today. Of course, old scripts will try to play again. But when they do, speak louder. Choose your new beliefs over and over until they become second nature. And build a world around you that supports that new version. Spend time with people who lift you up, not pull you down. Let go of anyone still stuck in their own loops. Changing your identity isn't a makeover. It's not like in movies where someone takes off their glasses and suddenly the world sees them differently. It's a journey, a daily rewriting of your story. You don't just flip a switch, you build it step by step. And here's one more lie you've probably heard, that every decision has to be perfect. That one wrong move ruins everything. That life is a test. But the truth is, the more seriously you take life, the harder it becomes. When you grip too tightly, things slip away. When you stress over every outcome, you freeze, and nothing changes. Instead, loosen up. Let go of control. Trust that life isn't punishing you, it's teaching you. It's seeing if you're ready to release control and allow flow. Ask yourself honestly, where am I holding on too tight? Is it money? Love? Career? And then notice what happens when you stop chasing and start trusting. Things often come to you the moment you let go. You don't have to earn your worth by working yourself to the bone. You weren't born to be a machine. Try taking one day where you do nothing productive. Notice how guilty you feel. That guilt? That's your old programming. Let it go. You're valuable because you exist, not because of what you produce. Life isn't a test. It's a movie. One where you don't control every scene, but you do choose how you respond. So instead of yelling at the screen, try being curious. Interesting twist. Let's see where this goes. This shift changes everything. Suddenly, you're not stuck. You're just in the middle of the story. Finally, know this. Success isn't about pushing harder. It's about aligning yourself. Desperate energy pushes things away. Calm energy draws them in. If you want money, act like someone who's already financially free. If you want love, become whole on your own. If you want success, trust the journey and let it unfold. Every night, picture your dream life like it's already happening. Feel it. Believe it. Forget about how. Just know it's on the way. When you stop chasing, everything starts chasing you. Take a deep breath and zoom out for a second. The truth is, most of the things you're stressed about today won't matter a year from now, let alone 5. Think about it. How many of the things you worried about 5 years ago still matter now? Probably none. That's because time has a funny way of shrinking our problems and showing us what really matters. So, laugh a little. Seriously, laugh at how serious you're taking everything. Life doesn't reward stress, it rewards trust. When you trust more and worry less, everything gets lighter. And suddenly, things begin to flow. You weren't born to be a burnt-out worker stuck in a loop of stress and struggle. You were born to live, explore, play, feel joy, and grow. Somewhere along the way, society convinced us that life is supposed to be hard, that if we're not suffering, we must be doing something wrong. But what if that's all backwards? What if life was always supposed to be fun? The second you stop seeing life as a test you're failing and start seeing it as a dance you're invited to enjoy, everything starts to shift. Let go of. Here's something most people never hear. Success isn't supposed to be a constant battle. There's actually a path that's smoother, lighter, and way more fulfilling. It's not about doing less just to be lazy. It's about doing what works with you instead of against you. It's the path of least resistance. And once you step onto that path, life stops being a fight. It starts to feel natural. You get more done with less effort. You stop chasing, and things start chasing you. But why do so many people stay stuck and struggle? Because we've been taught that working hard equals doing the right thing. We think if we're tired all the time, it must mean we're on the right track. But look at nature. Trees grow without stress. Rivers don't try to flow, they just do. The sun doesn't hustle to rise. Everything in nature moves with ease. So why do we think we're the only ones who need to suffer to succeed? Real strength is quiet. It moves naturally. And when something in your life feels, let me tell you about Evelyn. For years, she tried everything to make her business work. She stayed up late, worked every weekend, sacrificed her health and relationships, all for the dream of success. But no matter how hard she worked, nothing clicked. Every new plan failed. Every launch flopped. She gave it her all, and it still wasn't enough. Then one day, she paused and asked herself a simple question. What if it's not supposed to be this hard? That one thought changed everything. She stopped jaws. Why did things change for Evelyn? Because she finally started to follow what came naturally. She let go of the need to force and control everything. She trusted her gut. She leaned into what felt good, not what felt like punishment. And guess what? Within months, her life transformed. Clients came to her. She worked less but made more. Not because she got lucky, but because she stopped pushing and started flowing. Most people miss this. They stay trapped in struggle because they believe easy equals lazy. They think that if it's not hard, it must not be worth it. And that mindset is what keeps them stuck. They bang on closed doors, ignore the open ones, and wonder why nothing is working. But once you understand that struggle is optional, everything opens up. You realize you can choose a new way. You can choose ease. You can choose alignment. You can choose the path where things feel right instead of forced. This doesn't mean life will be perfect. It just means that when something constantly feels like a battle, it probably isn't your path. Think about it. Are you forcing a job that drains you every day? Are you stuck in a relationship that deep down you know isn't right? Are you following a plan that leaves you exhausted with no results? If so, maybe it's time to stop pushing and start listening. Letting go doesn't mean failure. It means you're making room for something better. When you drop what's not work, here's a little experiment you can try. For the next 7 days, commit to zero forcing. Seriously, no more pushing. If something flows naturally, follow it fully. If something feels hard, heavy, or blocked, step away. Trust the red lights and the green ones. If a door closes, don't bang on it. Let it be. Turn around. There's probably a better door open just behind you. This isn't about being passive. It's about being smart. It's about flowing where life already wants to take you. That's where things grow. People who are constantly stressed often don't even realize they're choosing it. They hold on to what's not working. They fight against what feels right. And they convince themselves that success has to hurt. But it doesn't. Truly successful people understand that ease is not the enemy, it's the secret. They live in flow, not friction. They trust themselves, trust life, and let go of anything that doesn't align with who they really are. And because of that, success comes to them naturally. Here's the truth: you don't need to keep chasing. You don't have to fight your way to the top. You can decide right now to receive instead of force, to attract instead of beg, to flow instead of struggle. And it starts with how you see yourself. The universe isn't punishing you. It's simply responding to the energy you give off. If you believe success must be hard, it'll be hard. But if you believe success can be easy, then it starts arriving with less effort and more joy. Try something bold for the next week. Live like you already have everything you want. Act like success is already yours. Walk like it. Talk like it. Make decisions like you already know it's all working out. Don't react from fear. Respond from certainty. Let go of things that don't feel right, even if they're familiar. Trust that what's truly meant for you is on its way. You're not pretending, you're becoming. Because the second you become that version of yourself, life rises to meet you there. This challenge isn't about fake confidence. It's about real alignment. When your actions match your belief that life can be good and easy, things begin to shift fast. You'll notice opportunities coming out of nowhere. People start treating you differently. You start treating yourself differently. And slowly, your life transforms from something you're surviving into something you're truly enjoying.